Hey guys, I'm Make Your Own Creation. You may wonder what is this actually. Let me introduce Mr. Roshan. He is going to take care everything.
Yeah. So here I am to demonstrate to you all the first of its kind technology, which is actually there. So what do we emphasize in this technology? It is a 0% input and 100% output flywheel technology. So come along, let me just show it to you. So Tata, what you actually see over here is actually the entire machine. It's 50 kilowatt machine which is here. Okay. So it consists of parts such as you have your flywheel rotors over here. Okay. So it consists of two over there. These are almost like 2.5 ton in weight.
Okay. It's both or it's single?
No, put together.
Together. Okay.
Then you have a 15 HP motor over here which is connected to it. You have the conveyor belts and all of it. Okay. And here you have the alternator. So the alternator capacity over here, what's there is, it's 50 kilowatt. 50 kilowatt. Okay. So this is the entire brainchild of the technology that we're talking about. So it will convert your kinetic energy into electrical energy and it will give you the output. Okay. So the other components is the distribution box. The distribution box consists of certain circuitry which is inside, software embedded, which would actually state the number of kilowatts which is going to be generated. So you have this particular output panel here which will showcase the voltage which comes in, it will showcase the kilowatts and all of it. Okay. And over here is the main bus bar. So the bus bar setup is common over here which comes in. So we have 4 different panels. The first panel will show the power which is coming from SCHWUNG. Okay, SCHWUNG. Yeah, okay. We've named it as SCHWUNG so that for any particular state they can add it. Okay. So it's just an electrical issuing company. Okay. And then we have the 15 HP motor, the power which goes on to the motor. This is the output which comes from the distribution box, you can see. And we kept also an output panel over here. Okay. This is the motor supply box. Okay. So the reason why we have actually kept this particular box over here is to show you that after the input goes in, only for about 10 seconds is where the machine requires a kick. Okay. The motor will start running. Starting time. Yeah, it only requires that a small 10 to 20 seconds. Okay. Right after that, you'll hear a noise in the distribution box, which means that the power gets cut. Okay. And then we will actually pull this lever out to show that there is no input. What is this lever? So this particular lever is the one which connects the input power which comes from SCHWUNG. It goes and that's when the motor supply starts running. Okay. Once the distribution box actually makes a particular noise which will show that it cuts off the input power, then it's just a self-generating machine. The entire motor is dead. But because of the gravity in which it will work and because of the gearbox assembly, all that which is there, the wheel will keep turning and it will convert your kinetic energy to electrical energy. So let me show you the entire demo now. Sure, yeah, please. So to help you with the entire demonstration, we have another representative from Green Gyro. This is Kiran. So Kiran is going to show you how exactly it starts. He's going to be over here when he presses it. And we have our other person in charge, Mr. Shivam over there. So Shivam will also help us in the entire operational, starting the entire motor and stuff like that. So to show you how it started, so here the starter is there. So once Shivam actually pushes it, you would see that it starts rotating. So the entire wheel keeps rotating over here. You can see that Kiran is pressing the particular start button here. So this particular machine will take its input from the motor supply. And then if you concentrate on the distribution box, you will hear a particular noise which will come. So this input which comes over here will keep showing here the voltage which we get from the grid, the RPM at which it's running. The noise which you heard would show that the motor supply is actually cut over here. So we will be able to show you. So we come over here, we are actually going to disconnect the entire power which is from the motor. So you can actually keep the meter over here and see the particular reading. So it's showing 0. That means the 0 input which is actually coming over here. But come to the output side of things. So now we will see that the input is 0. But when you look at the particular output over here, you will see that it's actually producing about 37, 38. Sometimes it goes up to 40 also. It depends on the voltage which kicks in. So these are the amps which are coming out. So it shows that the power is being generated. Now the output which flows from here comes all the way to the distribution box. And here if you actually see, you would see the kilowatts which is being produced. You can see that right now it's showing the 228 voltage which comes, 33 kilowatt is used. So sometimes we get about 250, it comes more. So when the voltage is more, the number of kilowatts becomes more. So the power which is being generated goes back from this thick cable which comes at the back into the bus bar, into the distribution box. Now you may ask what is the output that we can show that there is a particular output being received. For that we have actually connected it to a particular motor at the back. So please come along, let me show you. One of the few reasons why, so you may ask as to why we have connected to an external appliance. Because everyone has use case scenarios over here. So once the power is being produced, it has to be distributed somewhere. So we are trying to show that the distribution takes place over here. So if you actually come here and see, the entire lining is over there. So Kiran will just switch it on. You would see that the voltage is at 400. The amps is still showing 0. Now when he presses the button, you would see that the amp generation starts. And then over here, the pump actually takes in water. So this is to show you the proper use case scenario and to prove the proof of concept that with 0% input you are getting 100% output. So this is what we are trying to show you.
Questions, let me off the machine, so I will ask you.
So the machine just doesn't get switched off with any button, anything over there.
Okay.
The only one Kiran presses the off button is where it will actually get off. Okay. So it can only be off only from the distribution box. Else, because of gravity, the wheels will keep on running and power will keep getting generated. So now you will stop. Yeah. Now after you heard that particular noise, you will actually see that the wheel will start rotating at a smaller pace. The accumulator will show that the RPMs will keep reducing and the machine will get halted. So right now there is no power generation, nothing, everything is cut. The entire machine works a small post that keeps circulating, right? Circulating the driving technology. Only pressing the off button over here, the sensor gets activated and gets yes, what are the questions that you want to ask?
See, actually we'll use the electric motor.
Yeah,
Correct, right?
So the electric motor is going to kick-start the entire flywheel process.
Correct. Correct. So after that, is there any power supply for this motor?
No, like what I showed you that time.
Okay.
The reason why we actually kept this motor supply box is so that we'll show you that when the input comes, that the motor will get that kickstart power, where only for 10 to 15 seconds it ran, post which you actually heard that noise, after which the power was off. And we pulled the lever, which shows that there is no input current which goes in.
Okay.
So this motor is only required only to kickstart the process.
Okay.
Post that there is zero power which goes.
Okay.
Then only based on the gear system and the mechanisms which we kept inside. That's like the secret sauce of the entire
Here
product.
the gear
Yeah, which is inside over here. That's like our entire secret sauce of the entire process.
Okay.
So only because of that mechanism is where the entire wheels keep rotating,
Okay.
and that produces the kinetic energy, which gets converted to electrical energy,
Okay.
and then goes out.
Okay. And one more question. So once you turn off this power, is there any power supply from the generator to the motor after that?
No. The motor is completely dead.
Dead.
The motor is dead.
Okay.
So that's where I even showed you all the power, right? There is no power which goes to the motor. The motor is completely dead. Only because of gravitational forces and because of the flywheel, the weight and all of it in which it runs, and because of the gearboxes inside. But that is where all of the power output comes.
Okay. Guys, I hope you got the clarification from Mr. Roshan. So he explained me very well and what is all that his functions and all. So yeah, that's it.
Just here.